Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is going to be my 2024 Beauty Awards. So if you want to find out who had my collection of the year, who was my brand of the year, who was my best newcomer of the year, and lots more beside, then keep watching. Okay, so I've been doing my version of a Beauty Awards ceremony here on YouTube for pretty much as long as I've had my channel going. I really enjoy it because it kind of helps me look back on the year, not just as individual products, but how brands did, what brands are kind of moving forwards, which are getting left behind, what I'm excited for next year, as well as looking back at some really hot releases. And I really enjoy like putting this all together and really working out who smashed it out of the park in 2024. So please play along. Please give me your winners in the comment section down below to each of these categories, just for funsies. No one's getting a trophy, okay? This is just for funsies between us. So the first category is Best Newcomer, and I always have Best Newcomer, not necessarily a brand new brand, but a brand new brand to me. So this year I've gone with Basma Beauty. So I first heard about Basma Beauty when they sent me a PR package with a few of their products and also a little pamphlet explaining about their brand. And not only did I love their products, love their packaging, everything was really solid as far as all of the products that I tried from them, but their story behind their brand is so inspiring, and I just really love a brand that has some heart behind it and has some beautiful intentions behind it, because that's kind of rare to find these days, isn't it? So Basma founded the brand because she suffered third-degree burns as an infant, and when she started like wanting to use makeup and wearing and experimenting with makeup, she found that so many brands, their products just didn't work for someone with very textured skin, and she still wanted to look like herself and be authentic and kind of work with her natural beauty. She didn't want to just mask her skin. She wanted her skin to look like skin, and she wanted to look and feel beautiful without a mask, but with formulas that really worked for textured skin. And that's why she came up with Basma Beauty. So everything is super flattering for textured skin, for more mature skin types, so that we can all look and feel our most confident while still looking and feeling like ourselves. I just love a brand with an inspirational ethos and with real thought and care towards its customers behind it. So Best Newcomer for me, it wasn't even a question. Next category is Most Improved, and this for me was Bobbi Brown this year. They said, hold my makeup brush, we're coming for Charlotte Holcroft in 2024 and we're going to change her mind, and they did. So if you don't know the little journey that I went on with Bobbi Brown, I've been a certified Bobbi Brown hater, not really a Bobbi Brown hater. And also I want to just be clear, I'm talking about the brand, not the human lady, okay? I'm sure she's delightful. And it's maybe not hater, but dismisser. I've just never really felt drawn to their products, and it's not like I tried a lot of their products and to get along with them. I just have never been sort of grabbed by them. I never really seen them reviewed a lot on YouTube, so I've never sort of been tempted by anything from the brand. So therefore, I literally think the only thing I'd tried from them prior to 2024 was a lip gloss. That's all I've ever tried from Bobbi Brown. And I think I fully wrote them off as being a sort of, I don't know, maybe a bit mumsy, maybe a bit old-fashioned. I kind of had them in like the Estee Lauder bracket, and don't get me wrong, Estee Lauder, before anyone comes to my neck, is also a great brand with some beautiful products, but I feel like they have a bit of an old-fashioned vibe about them, probably due to the, the counters appearing in Boots all over the place and your mum always shopping there. So I've just always passed on their products, always skipped on their products, never given them the time of day. And I think I was talking about, maybe it was their foundation that they came out with this year, I can't remember. I was talking about a Bobbi Brown product in a Will I Buy It video and just saying, I never feel that motivated and moved to buy a lot from Bobbi Brown, and so this is just an easy pass. And Bobbi Brown said, no, we're going to change your mind. And they sent me a load of products to try and said, we really think you'd enjoy our products if you gave them a chance, which I did. I did a full face of Bobbi Brown products, and they were right. I flipping loved everything. The foundation they came out with this year is amazing. Beautiful skin-like foundation, really gorgeous, went straight in my top drawer. Their Dream Gleam eyeshadow palette, one of my favorites of the year, and just so many other great products as well. So they literally went from zero to hero in my collection, and they're now fully a brand who have proved themselves to me. I don't know about you, and I feel like they're going from strength to strength, what with their foundation, and I feel like they've also are really modernizing their packaging, which is going to help a lot. And I really have to respect a brand that is so confident in their own products that they see someone saying, you know, their brand just isn't for me, I don't think I'd like anything, and they back themselves to send me their products knowing how great they are and knowing it would be a positive result. So you've got to respect that, haven't you? Most improved, certainly in my collection, was Bobbi Brown in 2024, and I really feel like we could see big things from them in 2025 as well. Next up, the collection of the year. So, I mean, we had so many amazing collections this year that I could have gone with, but I have chosen Hourglass's holiday collection. I feel like this is one pretty much every year since I've been doing these videos, but I just can't get enough of them. I know some people don't get it, and that's absolutely fine. I'm really pleased that you're saving yourselves a fortune not being obsessed with this collection every year. But every year, without fail, this is the collection I'm the most excited for. I cannot wait. As soon as the leaves start to turn, I start to think, I wonder when that Hourglass holiday collection is coming. And I get excited about it. The anticipation, the reveal, waiting to see what shades there are and all of the different palettes. I am just, nothing gets me excited like an Hourglass holiday collection. Even now, even though I've got 25 of these palettes, I'm still beside myself every year. And I think without doubt, this year's collection was the best they've ever done. The most new shades, we've been begging them, give us all new shades, and they did. I think they probably gave us our overall deepest palette that we've had to date, so their inclusivity continues to improve, and I think that this is probably the most inclusive by quite some way that they have done yet. It's the collection I get the most excited about, and it did not disappoint this year. I absolutely loved it. I love them still. They're definitely the palettes that I've been using the most in comparison to previous years after their initial arrival. You know, usually I get these palettes, I'll review them, the excitement will last for a few weeks, and then I'll go back to using my single products because I'm just a singles kind of girl. But this year, these palettes, I've been using them still now for months because they came out months before Christmas for some reason. But still now I'm reaching for them really, really regularly and getting a lot of use out of them. So that tells you, I think they smashed out of the park this year, and that was for sure the collection that gave me the most joy this year. Next up, we have the one to watch in 2025. So I like to give this to a brand that I feel like something is brewing, something is bubbling under the surface. We're going to get a lot of launches from this brand, and I think they're going to be really in a great direction. And so the brand that I feel in 2025 is going to be that girl is Patrick Ta Beauty. I feel like Patrick Ta really started to just grow as a brand this year. They've always been a brand that I've been interested in. I feel like a lot of their products have been very, very popular and really successful. But I feel like this year, more than any before, they really started to grow and become much more mainstream and have a much higher reputation as a brand. They're just growing their offering. I feel like when brands start out and all they've got is, you know, like one eyeshadow palette and some lipsticks, you know, they haven't sort of really solidified themselves as their own standalone brand yet. But Patrick Ta this year really put out a lot of new releases, including a foundation. So I really feel like we're going to get lots more complexion products next year. I feel like he might go back and look at the highlighters again, because I don't think they were a success. I think that was his biggest fail, or maybe even his only real fail that he's probably had since he started his brand. I really haven't seen many good reviews of those, so I hope that he might go back to the drawing board and sort of readdress the formulas in those highlights. He had his duos, his foundation, he had a lot of really big hits, really big talked about products. So I feel like next year we're going to see a lot more. We're going to see an entire range, complete range with every product available from that brand. And so far I really love what he's putting out, and so I expect nothing less from everything that we might see in 2025 from him. I feel like it's a really rapidly growing brand now, and I'm excited to see what comes next. The next category is going to be my product of the year. One standalone product that I think was the most innovative, the best product, the most sort of stand out in this very, very oversaturated, busy market of the beauty world. And I've given this one to Lisa Eldridge's Silk Liquid Eyeshadows. These were such a game changer this year, certainly for me, and I feel like for anyone who's not good at eyeshadow, anyone who just doesn't have much time for eyeshadow, and anyone with more mature hooded lids, not much space to work with, so many people. Oilier lids, I feel like these were such a game changer for so many people, and they're so innovative. There's nothing else quite like them out there, certainly not done as well as these. These are just the most effortless, flattering eyeshadows that are so quick and easy to use and so versatile. These are my absolute go-to when I'm in a hurry, when I'm doing like no makeup, but I want something that's just so quick and easy and yet seamless, and it's so flattering on the eyes. You know, I'm 40 years old, my eyelid skin is a little looser than it used to be, a little crepier, it's not so easy to get everything smooth. These make my eyelids smoother than a teenager's, okay? Absolutely smooth as silk, as the name would suggest. They do not crease, they do not budge. They make amazing eyeshadow bases as well. If you want to use them like that, they can be an eyeshadow base or just a standalone product. They work so beautifully on more mature skin, and they're so flattering. You know, Lisa Eldridge, super innovative always. I really thought about giving this as well to her Rouge Experience lipsticks with their groundbreaking world first completely recyclable refills. And I'm already seeing that Lisa has been contacted by other brands who want to learn from her design. So I know some people were kind of pessimistic, shall we say, as to how much impact, you know, just a refill of lipstick was going to be as far as the environment, as far as recycling in the beauty industry, because, you know, how often do we go through a full lipstick? But when you think about the number of people buying lipsticks globally, that's actually quite a lot of refills. And then when you find out that other brands are looking, because of the examples she set, to do this, to take the same action to make makeup easier on the environment and more recyclable globally across multiple products, that's a huge impact that she's had by putting that time and effort and money into doing that. So I was very, very torn between the Rouge Experience and the liquid shadows, but I feel like the product itself, recycling aside, the silk shadows were perhaps the most sort of game-changing product outside of the recyclability of the Rouge lipstick. So I've gone with the liquid silks, but it was like Lisa was in her own competition this year. The next category is the most underrated brand. And again, I could have gone with Bobbi Brown. Certainly I was underrating Bobbi Brown, and I feel like overall they are also pretty underrated, I would say. But I've gone instead with Viseart. I certainly have underrated Viseart. I think just because they're a brand that aren't in shops here, so you can't go in and swatch their products. I feel like they really just don't get enough love. They are a smaller indie brand. They have amazing formulas. I really love always their color stories and their sizes. I think everything works and is tailored beautifully to professionals as well as like your everyday, like me, consumer who just wants easy to use, easy to navigate products. I think they have so many stunning formulas. My socks were knocked clean off by their Serenus Étendu palette this year, and I immediately thought, I need to try more from Viseart because I don't try enough. And I also noticed that when I reviewed their Cyranouse Attendu palette, the video did so much better than I thought it would, because I just really didn't think people were that interested in Viseart, because I don't hear them talked about that much on YouTube. I don't see that many reviews of the brand. Certainly not when you compare them to someone like Natasha Denona or Charlotte Tilbury, and I really thought that that video was going to tank, and that's another reason why I haven't reviewed a lot of Viseart products, because I have to, you know, make a business decision. And clearly you guys were much more interested in the brand than I thought or ever realized, and I got so many comments saying that there's hardly any videos, there's hardly any reviews of Viseart. So I feel like perhaps creators, certainly myself, are underrating how much your average consumer actually wants to hear about Viseart and wants to see them and wants to see reviews of their products. So that is one that I will be certainly giving you more of in 2025. I've learned my lesson, okay? Viseart has been added to the roster. The next category is one that I added in. I removed, what did I remove? Launch of the year, because I felt like it was too similar to collection of the year. So I've removed launch of the year and I've replaced it with a new category, which is the comeback of the year. So a brand or a person who has made a massive comeback this year. And this was a note. I literally created this category for Marlene Estelle. Never have I ever been so excited to see someone back at the forefront and leading an amazing brand than I have Marlene when she launched her new fragrance brand. You know, back in the day, I was a huge Makeup Geek fan. They sadly, before they sort of ceased trading as a makeup brand, they pulled out of the UK market. I think they pulled out of the UK market before they sort of vanished altogether. So it's been years since I was able to get Makeup Geek products, and I was really sad because I used to love Makeup Geek back in the day. So I think it's been a couple of years now since Makeup Geek disappeared. But you know, I stayed following Marlene because she's so knowledgeable and she talks a lot on her social medias about, you know, product creation and formulations and packaging. And I love, she's been doing a series talking about like the price of products and whether that's a fair price and how much it would have cost to create the product. And I find all of that stuff so fascinating. And she clearly knows so much from her many years in the business and at the forefront of her Makeup Geek brand. So when out of the blue, this woman went, oh, you thought I was finished? Absolutely not. She's just been biding her time, learning like a bit of a new, I mean, still in beauty, but obviously a very different niche to makeup fragrance. She's obviously, like myself, been obsessed with fragrance, loving like trying new fragrance and experimenting with fragrances, learning so much. And with her business background and her knowledge about, you know, packaging and all of that stuff, she has now dropped what looks to be a very exciting fragrance house. I am so excited to get my nose on these fragrances because I know, like me, she's just someone who loves fragrance, and I feel like someone who loves fragrance and is still also very conscientious and wants to do something different. That's the right person to be behind a new brand. I know she's very hardworking. I know she's very conscientious. I know this is not someone who's going to put out something she's not proud of and isn't loving herself. The packaging of these bottles is unbelievable, and that makes a statement in itself. I'm not putting out some kind of celebrity fragrance that's shaped like a heart for Valentine's Day. This is a bona fide new fragrance house, and I am very excited to see this be incredibly successful. I know she has a lot of support within the community, and I just know this is going to be amazing. So I've been trying to order the Discovery set for a while, but there were some issues with the international shipping. So now I can do that. I will, of course, keep you posted. But just to see someone who was so successful and then had, you know, a huge series of really hard hit knocks to her business that she eventually had to, you know, let go of, and just come back with such a vengeance. We love to see it. We love to see women who say, no, I've been knocked down, but I definitely am not giving up. I'm coming back better than ever. Very inspirational. Comeback of the year, Marlene Estelle. And finally, the last category, the biggest, most prestigious category of my beauty awards is my brand of the year. And I went back and forth between two brands for this award this year. I almost gave it to Hourglass. I feel like they had their best ever holiday launch, as I said already. They had their skin tint this year, their amazing liquid blushes that knocked my socks off. A lot of really great releases, but I had to give it this year to Lisa Eldridge. Again, someone who has won this award, a brand that's won this award many times since I've been doing this series. But this year, who else could it have been? She came out with so many innovative launches, from her skin tint to her mascara and liner to her liquid silk shadows that we've already spoken about, to doing a world first, making her Rouge Experience lipsticks fully recyclable in the refills. I'm sorry, who else is doing all of that in 2024 for a smaller, still newer, not new this year, but still a newer, younger brand without a huge backing behind them? You know, they just do everything right, from their customer services to their launches, to their undertones, to their inclusivity, to their shade ranges, to their price points, to their packaging, everything. They listen to their customers more than any other brand, and their customer service is the best of any brand out there. I would put my hat on that, okay? So it had to be Lisa Eldridge. So many launches from that brand that I have absolutely loved this year. And again, I mean, I want to say they're one to watch in 2025 as well, but I've been watching them this whole time, so nothing's new. So there you have it. Those are my beauty awards for 2024. As I said at the beginning, please let me know your winners in the comment section down below. I'd love to know if they're similar to mine, different. Do you have any different winners? Let me know your winners and why in the comment section down below. But thank you so much for joining me today for this little fun video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.